Okay, hello students. This is pima 142 and lesson number 1.2. I would like to walk through the all the examples and maybe assignments so that it could help assist some of you in case you are confused. So this lesson is about percentages. Now here you can clearly see percentages represents a ratio of or a fraction whose denominator is 100. So what is the definition of a percent? So the percent definition is represents a ratio. That means even if I write 5 over 7, that is called percent. So this is also called percent. Or it could be maybe 24 out of 100. So this is also called, this is by definition, they are called percent. So that means the top part is called a part and the down part is called a whole. So that means we can say P is, let's see, I can say, because there is a confusion with part, so this could be written as A of B. So that means, and P is the percent, so we can say P is A over B. So in other words, it's a ratio of A and B. Now this A and B that you see P is A over B, we can also write as A is, so if I multiply A, B both sides, if I multiply B both sides, so this B and this B crosses out and you get A equals, that is the part is, when you multiply, it does not matter the order. You could say percent time the B. So if you get confused with these, here are the formulas and we can straight away solve. Let's check one example. So this is an example, the very first one you will see on your hard copy that I gave you. 243 people out of 400 say they like dogs. What percent is this? So if I want to write the percent is, it is A over B. So this is the part and this is the whole. This is the part and the whole. So just divide 243 divide by 400. Now if you use a calculator, you will get the answer as we end up getting 0.6075. Now this is basically actually it is out of 1. So this means it is 0.6075 divided by 1. Now if you want to get out of 100, all you do is multiply by 100 up, 100 down. Now why do we do this? Because 100 divided by 100 is 1. So that way the down number will be 100 and the decimal that you see, this decimal moves two places, 1 and 2. So that goes right here. So your final answer is 60.75. And what is that basically means? It is 60. This is 60 out of 60.75 out of 100 basically means 67.75%. So that means that whenever the denominator is 100, you just put a percent. Let's take the example number 2. So first question, this is example number 2. Convert the percentages in the table below to either you convert it to decimal or you convert to the fraction. Now, first, the very first example is 6%, right? So I want to convert to maybe first fraction. Let's do it like from here to fraction is easy. So let's see. If I want to write a fraction, this will be 6 divided by 100. That's it. So it is 600, 6 over 100. And if you want to divide, simplify further, you can lower and you can see there's a 2 divides 6 and 2 also divides 100. So when you divide, you can reduce it to how much 6 divided by 2 is 3 and 100 divided by 2 is 50. So that's the fraction here, 3 over 50. So this is 3 over 50 or you can also just keep it like 6 over 100. So that's the fraction. Now, if I want to change this to decimal, now this will be difficult to change either use a calculator, but if I have 6 over 100, it basically means, this means it is 6.0 over 100. And what that means is, of course, the calculator will give directly 0.06, but how do you get it is because we can basically what happens, there are two zeros at the bottom. So you get off one of them. Let's see if I want to get off one of the zero. So the decimal here moves one place here. So you get 0.6 over 10. And then what you do next is you cross out the second one, this one. So this decimal moves here. So the answer is 0.0, and then because it moves here, so there's this zero there, so that's zero, and then 6. And that's the exactly same, the calculator. So even though the calculator gives you directly, we can always know why it is. This is the next problem, 78%. I like to show this so that all of you understand. So 78%. Okay, so first step is the fraction. The fraction will be 78 over 100. So that will be right here. This is 70. As I said, you can always do it like you can reduce it by two divides. Half of 78 will be 39 and half of 100 is 50. So both are correct. So I'll use this one to change it to decimal. So when I cut these two zeros, so the decimal which is right here, that will move one and it will move twice. So it goes two places left and you get 0.78 and that will go 0.78 like this. The next one is 135 that you see 135% basically means you have 135 divided by 100. So it means this means it is 135.0. You can clearly see that because of you cut off these two zeros, this one moves once and it goes twice. So it goes right here between 1 and 3, and the answer becomes 1.35. So this answer will be 1.35. And the one in the beginning we wrote 135 divided by 100, and that will be 135 divided by, that will be fraction. And the last one is 12.5%, is 12.5 divided by 100. Okay, if you want to write to the decimal form, the one that we got is this itself is your fraction, that is 12.5 divided by 100, and you're done. You can also write this also. Basically, fraction avoids the decimal, and we can multiply 10 and divide by 10. So we divide by 10 and multiply 10. So multiplying uh, 10 will move the decimal one place to the right. So that will be 125 divided by 1000. Yeah. And you can also reduce this by 5, or I'll just keep it like this. If you want, you can see it will see you get 1/8. But right now, just write down this itself is okay. And here, this piece I have to cut off these two zeros. This decimal will move one place and two place. So that could answer will be 0.1, 2, and 5. So this will be 0.1, 2, and 5. I hope that helps. Let's go to the an example, more example. Now, here the question is write each as percent. So all you do is like 1/4. Now this 1/4, if you see, you can use calculator also, but then I want you to understand also what is 1/4 is. 1/4 is, if you do this simple, 4 does not divide. So you put a 0 here and and then put a 0 here in a decimal, and 4 goes 2 times 8, and then when you subtract, you get 2, then put a 0, and then 4 goes 5 times 20. So what you get is 0.25. So my goal is for you to understand how you get the answer, even though the calculate, right. Now this is like a 1/4. This is like a 1/4. And we know quarter means like 25 cents basically. And you want to convert cents to dollar, what you do is 25 cents, and if you use the unit factor, that is our conversion factor, that a dollar is 100 cents. Basically, uh, So this is 100 cents. Basically, it is 25 out of 100. Okay, which is this cents and this cents crosses out, and you get everything in dollar. So all the idea, the same flow, but the main thing is, okay, this is 0.25, and if you want to write this in the percent, all you do is you move to right in the percent. Remember the trick, you just move to the right. So the decimal moves to the right two places. So you undo what you did earlier example. That means all you do is you write 25, and it moves two places, you say this becomes 100. So on your calculator, maybe you will just write 1 divided by 4 and multiply by 100. Basically, whatever the number is there, you just have to multiply by 100. And this is, when you write in the percentage, you write 25 and then percent. This is the answer. If you see the next question there, the second one, so 0.02. So all you do is you multiply by, so this piece you multiply by 100. And when you multiply, of course, you are doing multiply 100 and divide by 100, which is actually a decimal. This part, because of this multiplying 100, this decimal moves two places. So you get 2.0 over this 100 that is left over, and that's why we say it is 2%. So I hope you get, or you could directly say, hey, just multiply by 100, which will give you 2 point. And because it is you multiplying 100 basically means you just put 100%. Now you don't have to be robotic, but I want you to get the concept clear. Basically, what's happening is you're multiplying by 100 and dividing by 100. You get this, and then you see that it's 2 over 100 out of 100, and then we say, hey, that's 2%. For every 100, it is 2. It means maybe you play a lotto out of 100 times and it looks like you won twice. So what percentage did you win and something like that. You see the third one, same thing. You multiply 100 and divide by 100. So the top 100 moves the decimal two places to the right, and you get 235 over 100. That is 235%. And you're done. So let's move on. So the question, this example number 3 is, if you turn the page on your handout, convert the following to percent. So you are given the decimal, so 0.12, almost the same thing. So you want to find a percent. Actually, you are multiplying 100 and dividing by 100, which will move this to two places. That is 12.1 out of 100, and that is basically it means it is 12.1% because these two zeros. That's why the symbol. And if you see this piece also, uh, even though it is 2.72, first you multiply 100 and divide by 100. So the top number will be, the decimal moves 1 to, you get 272 over 100, and that is 272%. Okay, and the last one is uh, 0.085. So now I'm skipping this step every time. Now that you know how it works, so we can directly do is just move this decimal to convert to percentages, move two places to the right, and that is 8.5, and just put percent, and you're done. This is the work is shown. But convert the percent to decimal, you go backwards. So let's see, this one basically means it is 5.65 divided by 100. So now you take off the two zeros at the bottom and then move this two places. Now what does that basically means is it goes, I will write 565, right? So this means this decimal that you see, it goes once, and then it goes another one, but we don't have, it means there is a 0 0 like this, see? So 5.65 is basically means like 0 0 0 0. Let me just write it. This is what it means. Sorry, I can put 0 here, and then it is 6. 5.65, right? So this decimal goes once and then it goes one more time right here. So that means before 5, there is one zero here. So I have to put a 0 here and like this. So this is how you have to write in the decimal form. And the same thing, this one, 10.2, right? So in other words, it is also as good as writing 0.1, 0. It doesn't matter. The reason I'm showing this is, so you want to convert this to decimal because there's a 100%, right? So this percent it is divided by 100. And then you take off the two zeros at the bottom. When you take off the two zeros at the bottom, you move the decimal two places. So that's why you get 102, and that's the answer. And the last one is the same thing. It's given to you 0.65, okay, percent. So percent means out of 100, and I'll put some zeros just to show how if you cross out the two zeros, the decimal moves two places to the left. So that is 0. So that means it becomes 0.0065. And I hope that helps. Let's go find the person. The next example is find the percent of a whole. So what that means is, so there is a fraction, and the whole means at the bottom B. So we want to know what is this number. So I'll put a box. What is this? So find the. I mean, they give you. So they give you percentages. So this is given. So this part, find the percent of a whole. So let's see. Let's take an example. What I'm talking. Determine 70% of 3,500. That means what does this basically means? Percent is given. Watch this. Percent is given, and we need to know the part. So what is this part of the whole? Okay. In other words, it is like A over B, right? So we don't know what is A over B. So first of all, to figure out this, this is same as if you're asking the part is percent times the whole. I'll just write everything to get you. So that means to figure out this piece, okay, they give you 70%. So this itself is the P. So we say this part is 70%. So it is 70% of of the whole. The whole is the B part, which is the B here. So this is how you figure out check what is given and what is asked. Now, this 70%, remember it is 0. You have to move. Now, what is 70% means? It is 70 out of 100. That means when you take off these two zeros, the decimal, even though you don't see, it means it is right here. So it moves once and twice. So it's just 0.70. And now you, on your calculator, you multiply it by 3500, and you end up getting, if you see on your calculator, pull out your calculator, you get 2450. I mean, okay, so the point is to understand how it works. So this is a trick to do that. And if I want to figure out the next question, hmm, next question is saying is given one. For the first step I would write is what is 156% in the decimal form. Anyway, it is 156 divided by 100, and where is the decimal is right here, and that you cut off this and this decimal goes here. So that means the percent is, this becomes 1.56. So the question is asked, so we need to know what the parts, right? So we need to know the part, right? So we write part is percent times the whole, and the whole is given 720, and the part we already got this, which is 1.56, and when you multiply by 720, when you plug this here, and you end up getting 1, 1. Pull out your calculator and see the answer. What number is, this one, the same question, what number is 35% off? So the moment you see this, it's the same kind of expression. You see 35% off. What number means the part? Almost the same thing. So 35%. Now, the moment you get 35%, remember when you take off this, the symbol, when you take off this symbol, basically it means it is 0.35. So all you do is you want to know what number basically means n. Let's see, n is, instead of part, we can call it n is 35%, 35% of 90. So that is 0.35 times 90. As I say, I'm showing all the steps. You can skip and you can fast forward this. I like to show because some of you may need. And when you use the calculator, I think you end up getting the you get 31.5 when you're done. The example number says 36 is 35% of what number? Now, if you read it carefully, of what number? This is the, and 36 is what percent? What basically this means is, uh, what that means is, the right way is 36 is given. That means, so you're given, remember the formula, part is percent times whole, right? So what we do here is, let's put the same thing. You are given this part, so this goes here, 36 equals, and the percent 35%. The moment you say 35%, you should be thinking that it is 0.35. So that's 0.35. And the whole is what you know. Either you put W or you could write B also. So now, once you get this expression, the next step is we have to solve this for W, 0.35. So you have W, and in order to solve for W, that means you want to isolate W. You want to keep W by itself. You have to get off with this. So this, there is a multiplication. This 0.3 is multiplied. So what you do is you divide, do the opposite. So divide this side and also divide this side by, uh, so this is called division property of equality, right? So what does this basically means? What happens is this and this is going to end up getting 1, and this W will remain. And on the calculator, if you plug in this, you end up getting, uh, so you multiply this, and so this answer you end up getting 102.857. But if on the homework, if they ask you write it to two-place decimal, then you have to be very careful. So this has to be put as a 0. So you round it to the two-place decimal. That's the 100th place. So because this 7 is greater than or equal to 5, it means if this number is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this number is increased by 1. So what you end up getting is you get 102.86. So this is your final answer. So on your homework, they may say round it to 1/10th place or one place decimal. Then you have to raise this by one more. So that's how it is. So depending on your question. So this is example number 6. Answer the following question. So determine 12.5% of this, right? That means when you do the kind of a fraction, what it basically means is saying, hey, the whole is 2450, the big denominator. Out of this, what is this part? We don't know this part. And this means it's saying, hey, they're given this percentage. So you're given out of 100, it is 12.5%. So that's what this piece basically means, like a proportion is that the two ratios are equal. But what we do is we say, okay, let's do it directly. This means we say percent is part multiplied by 100, right? Sorry, this is the whole. Or directly we say part is, we have seen that earlier, so it is percent. If you understand, then you don't have to watch this, but I'm just trying to show all the steps. So that's what they're asking is what is this, right? It's same as this. So when you write this, okay, we don't know the part, which is actually we call it A, because when you have a fraction A over B, which is part over a whole. So we write A, uh, so this one. So your answer part is percent you're given, so 12. And the moment you see uh, this 12%, you have to write it into decimal. So if you want to write in the decimal, so this will be, move the decimal two places to the right. So 12.5%. It means it is 125 over 100. So basically it means you move the decimal, that is a decimal right here, it goes 1, 2. So that is 1.25. So this is 1.25 and times the whole is 2450. And if you use the calculator, you end up getting 306.25. Okay. Then what is Now, in this case, what is the whole if 10% of the whole is given? Now, this is just the opposite. So I'll do the same maths here. Okay. So what is the whole? So they're asking, the whole is asked. That means you don't know W. That is the B part of the W. And the part is given to you. This A, A is given. And 10% means 10 out of 100. Okay. So this is given and this is question mark. I mean, this is given and this is a question mark. So I'm going to use the same. The part is percent times the whole. So if the question is asked the whole, this is same as, uh, let's put the answer. This is that 4,000. So this is the 4,000. So I put a 4,000 is percent is 10%, which is 10 out of 100. So this is same as 0. You can, now again, yet again, I'm saying it is 10.0 actually. So you move the decimal two places to the left, you get 10. So that means it is 0.10 and the whole, we don't know. We need to know what is the whole, right? So that's the whole. I'll put W and then you do the same math, divide by, uh, to solve for W, you divide this both by like this. So this and this is 1, and you put this in the calculator, and you get W equals, uh, you end up getting 4,000, 40,000 there. So you will see it is 40,000. And you can use, not 40,000. So you get this point, okay, sorry. So you get 40,000, you are done. But you may say, is there a calculator needed here? You can see it was 4,000 divided by 0.1, and you can see this means you can easily move this decimal. Or best thing is you multiply 10 and 10. So with this 10, move the decimal one place to the right, and this 0 you add up here. I mean, this 0 you add up here. It means it is 40,000, and the down will be 1, and you're done. So that's the same thing. Sometimes you may not use the calculator. Now, next is problems on sales tax, and these are real application problem. We can see the formulas are there. So sales tax is percent of. Uh, so first of all, how to figure out the sales tax is percent of purchase price. So whatever you're buying, we have to pay to the government sales tax. Okay. So now the formula sales tax is whatever the tax rate is there. They will give 9%. Arizona has, I think, 9%. which we can write 9 over 100. And that becomes, um, it's almost the same thing writing this. And when take off this, uh, so I can write the numerator as like this. And then when you take off the 2 zeros, this decimal moves 1 and 2. So it goes 0.09. So that means I put an additional zero just before this, and you're done. So that's the okay. So let's write then. Once you get so always multiply the tax rate. So that's like a tax rate, whatever the price of your shoes may be, multiply. And the total price will be the original price, whatever the original price that you have, you just add up to the sales tax. So the total price is purchase price plus, so this will be, uh, so there are two steps here. Either you do, first step is you just find what is the tax rate. That means, let's see, you just work out the sales tax. So sales tax you do first. So first step, you do sales tax. And then the second step, the total price. The total price you can add the purchase price, whatever the you purchase. Okay, purchase price, and you add the sales tax. So that's how it is. Or you could also do the total price here, the formula. You can just directly write purchase price plus tax rate and then multiply the purchase price. Or also there is another way to do is directly whatever the total price is, because if you see this, I want you to make sure you get this piece right. So you can see this, there is a purchase price and there is purchase right repeated. So in other words, like in middle school, you see, suppose I have 2 plus 3 times 2. So what does this basically means? We can always write this as 2 times 1, right? Plus 3 times 2. And you can see that the 2 is a common factor here. So this is the 2. We can undo distributive property. And what is undo distributive property basically mean? You write the 2 only once and put a parenthesis, and this 1 will go right here, and plus, and this 3 will go right here. And that's it. So this and this is the same thing. So here you see this is the purchase price which you see. So you just write it only once, put a parenthesis, and you write 1 plus the tax rate. So this is how the formula works. Let's see directly they give is the sales tax in the town is 9%. The first thing comes in your mind is here sales tax is straight away you know it is 9.4 divided by 100. So all you do is take off the 2 zeros, move the decimal 2 places. So when you move decimal, it will be 94, but you have to put one other 0 here and a point here, see. And then just for universally, we write universal way of writing the decimal is this. You put a 0 before decimal. If you don't have no number, sometimes you have 3.56, then you have a 3 here, right? But if there is it's like 56 cents, right? If you say 56 cents, basically means a 0.56 dollars. So this is dollar. So we don't write we don't write point 0.5. Just to you miss that something before the decimal. That's why we put the 0. So this number, so question is how much tax will you pay on the purchase price? So the sales tax, the tax, so this is the formula directly we can use. So sales tax is, the answer is sales tax is the tax rate. There it is. So it is the tax rate times the purchase price. So you can use shortcut also. This is the purchase price. This is the tax rate. And then tax rate is 0.094 times the purchase price is 140. And if you use the calculator, there you end up getting this answer will be 13.06. So let's do the next one. So example number 8, Kathy bought a bicycle in Tucson and had a purchase price of this. So you are given purchase price. Find the sales tax paid. So first you find the sales tax. So I will just write tax here will be by formula it is tax rate. So it is the tax rate multiplied by the purchase price, right? So purchase price. So the tax rate is given to you here. This piece is 8.7 over 100. And what does that means? It means I'll just put a few zeros to show that to take off the zeros, these two zeros, this decimal will move two places and you get 0.87. So you're going to do 0.87 and you multiply it to 392. And if you do the calculator, you get you get 34.10. In this example, the next question is saying total cost. So the total cost is purchase price, whatever that you bought, plus the sales tax. Okay, so it is the sales tax. So purchase price was 392. Okay, and then you add up 34.10, and then when it becomes together, you can figure out it yourself. What is the answer? Let's move on to another one. Now this is about question is about the tips. Tip rate. It's the same thing like how you have a sales tax. Instead of sales tax, there's a tip, and they call it a tip rate. What percent, what rate is this you're paying of the purchase price? So what you do is there are three steps. You first find the tip, then you find the sales, and then you together you add up this is the original price, and the tip, and then sales tax. This is a nice example. A couple is enjoying dinner at the restaurant. The bill of the dinner was, so this was the bill before tax. Be careful. This is the bill. This is the main number. The tax is not done yet. So they want to leave 18% tip based on the bill. So this means you're going to do the tip first. The tip is will be tip rate, and tip rate is given 18%. Remember, 18% means 18 over 100, which is 18.0 over 100. You take off these two zeros and you get, sorry, you get 0.18. So it is 0.18 times the bill is 68.50. And if you use the calculator here, sorry, so the answer will be 12.33. So that will be the tip. And if you try to check for the sales tax, so here the question was asked only how much is that tip. So that was the question, and you are done here. Look at the next. So this question is a couple goes out for in a cafe and orders drinks food. The amount total bill is 63.98, and he also says that sales tax is the moment you see this is the sales tax, you have to do this quickly, saying that hey, that's 0.087. So without even thinking, and you want to they want to leave a tip of 18%. Now what is 18% is 18 over 100, and this will be 0.18. And then what is the total price? So we'll use three steps. Step number one. So step one would be step step one would be sales tax. So let's find sales tax. So the sales tax is tax rate. So it is the tax rate times the bill, right? The amount that the original amount, and the tax rate is here. It is, so this goes right here, 0.087 times 63.98, and if you work out, you get 5.5. Then the step number two, you have to also find the tips, right? So the tip is given to you. So tip rate is, so this is the tip rate multiplied by the bill. So if you do this, you get 80. So this number goes right here, which is 0.18 times the bill, which is 63.98. I think I missed the 8 here. And on the calculator, if you calculate it, you get 11.52. And finally, you have to do the total price. So the total price is is the original price, that is 63.98, and you add this sales tax, which is 5.57, and then you add 11.52, and you add up all these three, you get 81.07. I hope that helps. Let's move on to another. Okay, so this problem is about, if you see this, a TV originally priced this much. This is the sales price here, and then there is a 30% off. So this means there is a discount. So this is a discount. Okay. So whenever there's a discount, a sales tax of 9% is afterward applied. Okay, this was later. So basically, the moment you see this 30%, I just wanted to make sure you really know that it is 30% means it is 30 divided by time, and again I'm showing this so that you get that piece correct. Okay, so this piece straight away, that's the sales tax. So this is the sales tax. So this is tax from sale, right? And this one is, sorry, I made a mistake. That's the discount. So this is the discount percent. Made a mistake here. So this is discount, right? Discount. And this one sales tax of 9 point is then applied. It means this one is 9 over 0.2 over 100, which is, you have to move this decimal two places. So you know that what I'm saying, 0.92. So these two pieces are important. Question is, find the price including after including the discount. So first you have to do these two pieces. So find the price after including the discount. So it means you do the discount first, and then you do the tax, and then you find the final answer. So there are three parts here. Step number one. So let's write step number one. Let's do only the discount. How much discount did you get here? So the discount is shown you 30% of the sales. So original price. So that's the original price. So you write original price. So which is 30% is 0.30 times, and the original price is 799. And if you work this out on the calculator, you get 23239 points. So this becomes your so this becomes your so so that means the sale price. So original price is different from sale price. So your second step is, step two is, sale price is the original price which is showing up on the whatever you buy. From the original price, you have to subtract the discount amount. So this money, that is amount. So when you work this out, so the original price is 799. You subtract 239.7, and using the calculator you get 559.30. So this is your sale price. But then you need to figure out there's a sales tax. So this is what you're supposed to do. So the sales tax, well, let me wipe this up. So I'll make a room for me to write here. Okay, so sales tax is given. So this I'll write. So sales tax is 0.92 because that is what we did, right? And times the the sale price, which is 55.559.30. So working this, you will end up getting 51.46. So this is your sales tax. Now, the final price, so the total price, the final price, so that's like after discounts and the tax, so the final total. So the total price, total amount that you are supposed to pay is the original amount, that is the, of course, this was the original, but then because of the discount, this was your sales price. So it is the sales price plus plus the plus the sales tax, right? So the sales price is this 559.3, and you add this piece which is 51.46, and you the total, I think it is 610. Check the answer. Okay, so now I'm gonna also show you the shortcut also. So this is one way to do showing all the steps. What's going on here is because see, this was the original price, right? The sale when you talk about 70% off, what is that meaning of 70% off? That means you are from 100% you take away 30%. That means you are going to pay only 70%. See, and what is 70% basically means? 70 divided by 100, you get 0.7. So this is the main number you could directly do also. That means if you want to find that the the sales price. So if I want to find the sales price, so your sales price is the original price. So this is the original price multiplied by the what percent you are percent multiply the percent uh, percent you are paying. That means because you got now this piece, this is it. There is a discount. So two things are happening. One is your your sales price that I'm talking about is the original price. From this you take away the discount, right? Instead of this, we could also do directly. You write the original price and the percent. So the original price is 799. Directly, you could multiply the percent, which is this one, 0.7. So this would be your sales price. Also, that's another way to do, because it is like original times, basically it is like 1 minus this 30%, which is 0.3. So you're taking away from 1, which is point, which is basically you end up getting 0.7. You multiply and you get the sale price. So I hope this is just additional I'm showing. Here are the formula how to find. Watch this beautiful thing shown. Finding new amount after percentages or decrease. So then we will always percent increase or decrease. Maybe the price of the house increases in the beginning to it. So the price of the house every year increases some percentage, 15. Or you buy a car, and this car, whatever the maybe 15,000, you will see after 1 year it goes down. So it decreases. So it depends on what percent increase and decrease. So that's the question here. So we'll see each time. And the formulas are, if P is the percent increase decrease in the decimal format, when we're working with the percent decrease, P will be negative. So increasing will be positive, decreasing. The new amount is found, new amount is this, see, that is original price plus whatever that percent times the this. And this is like a shortcut. This is the short. So as you are become confident, and it's better to use the second one. And if you get confused, I would use the first one. Now, another question they ask directly is what is the percent increase or decrease? So percent increase is see if I want to write what is percent increase, means let's say housing rate increase or the college fee increases. So what percent is the increase from the beginning original? So maybe the original was less, so that's why you're subtracting the original from the new one. So because the new one will be big, right? So this will be the big and this will be the small. So you're subtracting, and then it's the fraction. So percent increase always is a fraction of whatever the original amount. Okay. So this is how the formula works. And if it is percent decrease, then then instead of this new minus original, so when it is percent decrease, so when I talk about when you buy a car and in 1 year it decreases by some percentage, then what will you do is you do the so original, because original price was the big number minus the new one. So this is how you do this and divide by the original. So the original will be always at the bottom. And then whatever that you get, you have to multiply by 100, say 100%. It means it's 100 divided by 100. Eventually, it's out of 100. So whatever the fraction. So as we go progress, we'll see. Let's take an example. So in 2011, California governor proposed raising community college fees from $26 per unit to so 26 is increase. So this is the original one, and this is the new one, and you can see new one is big, and this is the small. So that means question is find the percent increase. So that means if your original was $100, then what would be your what new price? That's the understanding piece of percent increase. So when you talk about percent increase, so let's write down the formula. Percent increase because it is growing. The big one, the new one is the big one. So the new minus you have to do minus the original, and then you divide it by the original. So this is how you do this. Okay, and then you can do it yourself without even looking at my video. This video is just in case if you are confused. I'm just doing this. There will be at least one student who may need this help. That's why I'm doing this work. Uh, so the new one is this one, see? So it is 36, and the old one was 26, and you have to divide the original that is from. So this goes down here. And then you multiply by, remember 100% means you are multiplying dividing by 100. All you do is this piece you do first. So when you work this out, when you subtract, you get this piece is 10 out of 26, 36. So, or you can directly put this whole thing, because it is 10, it is out of 10 out of 26 into 100. You don't have to show all the steps. This will end up getting 0.38. Instead of writing, I'll just write 100% here. And then you multiply because of the, so it is 0. This is 0.384615%. So this is 100%. So what it means is this is multiplied by, so this 100% basically means you are multiplying 100 and dividing by 100. So whatever this number you just multiply by 100, so the decimal moves two places. And we write one, you can write this depending on the question. I'm going to write 2 place decimal. This is 5 here and round it to here. So 38%, I guess. And you're done. Okay, so let's see if there is a shortcut. So what is the shortcut to do this is also, it says the shortcut would be percent. So percent increase is 36, the new one minus the old one sorry, 26 divide by the old this, and then you just multiply by 100. And at the end, put this whole thing in the calculator, okay, and you will get directly the answer 38.4615, like straight away. And then you just put percent. This is like a shortcut straight away without much steps. So the value of a car dropped so this is the original, right? So the original and this is the new. So you can see this is the big one and this is the smaller one. What percent decreases this? Round it to the here they are asking round it to the nearest tenth place. Basically means one place decimal. Okay, it is the one place decimal. That means you have to your answer has to be only one place, means only this. This should not be there. Uh, so let's see what is the formula we can use this. So percent decrease formula is so because 7, so it's the original price is big, right? So it's the original. I'm writing all the step minus the new divided by the original, and then you multiply the 100%, right? So that means you are writing this answer as 7400. This is what goes right here. Minus this goes right here. And the 74 repeats at the bottom. And then you multiply the 100% there. So when you work this out directly, so you do this. So basically what you can do is you write 7400 minus 6800. You can use parentheses on your calculator so that you don't make a mistake. I'm going to guide you also, and then multiply by 100. The first step is only do this, okay? And then, so whatever the answer, this answer that you get here, the answer that you get here, you multiply by 7. So it means your answer is going to be here, this whole thing will be 0.081081. And when you multiply 100, you get 8 point. So you'll be getting 8.1081. And you remember you have to round it to this. Now because this number is 0, so we can round this as 8.1. Remember it is percentage. So that's the answer and we are done. Now this example is about tuition fee expected to increase by this is the percent which is 0.07. And if the tuition this year, this was the original one, this is the original. It's like a bill in a restaurant sometime. What will be the next year? So what will be the new one? So that means whatever this is this thing that this is like a sales tax. Instead of sales tax or the tip rate, you are using this number. So there are two ways you can do. One is the new. So the new equals the original. What was the original price, original fee, and plus it is 7%. So it is like 7% of the origin. That means you are paying not the original fee was this. So how much is adding up? So it is like 7%. So basically it is 1200 plus 7% is 0.07 and times the original is again that 1200. Okay, so if you work this out and you end up getting the answer going to be is going to be 1284. So this piece is putting on the calculator. But the question is there another way to do shortcut? And the shortcut is the new one is the original price. Okay, and because it is increasing, so the fees are increasing from whatever the old original, the new, right? So because they are increasing, so the original price you do 1 plus the how much increase, that 7%. So you can write the percent increase here. So that means it is 1200 times 1 plus 0.07, which is 1200 times 1.07, and you end up getting the same answer. Whatever where this one says, and that's it. Or you could also do directly. So we can also do directly. Why can't we do directly the new amount? New amount is the original is this, right? This was the original fee 1000, and you're paying 7%. See? Now, what is 7% means? It is 107%. So when you say 7% means you're paying whatever the original plus 7% is 107%. See? You could do directly like this. Also, percent, remember, but that means it is uh, 107 over 100, and when you take off this, it is uh, 20, it will be 1.07. So this is 1.07, and when you do the maths, you get the same answer, 1284. So a lot of strategies can be used, or you could also say the new amount is the original amount, whatever the original times one, the p, right? The p is already known, which is 0.07. So the original price 1200, and you could directly say you're adding one to this you're adding to one, which is 1.07. So directly also we can write. So as you become confident, you can do these shortcuts. So I'm just trying to show all of them. So a store is advertising sale for everything that is 30% off. So that is a discount, right? This we did a problem, but here the sales price is given is 22 point. This on an item, then was the then what was the so this is what I think there's a mistake. What was the original price? So they want to know what is the original price. Now remember the formula. New price is always whatever the original price times, we can say, because there's a discount here, we can use 1 minus p. So this is the shortcut formula, and this p is 30%, which is 30 divided by 100, and that is 0.30, which is you just write 0.3, and this is the so the new price already given this, which is 22. So this is 22.40, and the original price is what we don't know. So here this one and the original price, let's see, we don't know this, right? So because we don't know, I'll put it like n times. So this piece goes, this one is 1 minus 0.3. Okay? And then after that, 1 minus means it is this piece is 0.7. And then after that, this part, I'm going to write it here. It is 22.40 equals n times 0.7. So all you do is divide by both sides. To solve for n, you'll have to do divide by this, and the calculator does the work. Check the answer, whatever that. This crosses out, and you get n equals whatever the answer, which will give you the original price. Okay? Now remember, this 22% is after the discount, so that's the main thing you have to be careful there. Let's go to the next one. Oh, the question is, can we do this directly? You could say, okay, the new price, maybe. So the new price is directly, you could say, because 30% off means you're paying 70%. 70% is 0.7 multiplied by the original price. So this is another way to do shortcut, directly new prices. And they give you when I say new price, means the new sales price. Sales price. There are two things happening. The original price is different and the sales price is different. So basically, in the beginning, there is a original price, and then after discount, there is a sales price. After that, there is a tax. So please get, so that's like confusing kind of part. So these are the shortcut formulas. Is if the you can see this formulas, original amount is new amount. It's the same thing, but directly written. Let me write what I'm saying. See, in the beginning we had new amount. See, new amount is original amount times 1 plus percent increase, right? This could be the house price, maybe increase. The new house price could be whatever the original high price, and this percent increase. So this is that percent increase. Okay. So is same as writing this one. See? So it is the original amount directly written as the new amount, and then you just add 1 plus percent increase. But if it is decrease, then you subtract. So original amount, the second one is original is this one. So there's a plus and minus. You have to know when to increase and when to decrease. So if something is increasing, you just put plus p, 1 plus p here, and here it is 1 minus p, which is, let's go directly to the problem. So, and advertising, I think this is 14.2. Advertising shows a TV on sale. So this is sale is given. If that advertising stated that it was 35% of the original, there are things happening is this is a TV. Now this TV has original price, and then there is the uh, there is the discount. So you have discount of 35% of that. This TV now will be sales price. That will be like a sales price. And after that, maybe after that there will be tax. So this sales tax, that's a different story. Okay. So right now the only I want to ask, they gave you it is on sale. That means this is given to you. This part is given. This is like a this is kind of new amount. So basically, this is like a new amount here, and we did not know the old one, the original. This is given to you. What is 35%? So by now we know it is 0.35. That's the P. So if you see the formula, the the formula says the original price is the new price, which is the sale price, right? Sales price divided by 1 minus percent decrease, because the amount, there's a discount, percent decrease, so there's a discount. So that means our question is to ask, uh, so that will be the new price is the new sales price. This is the one that is goes here, 487.50, and it is 1 minus percent uh, decrease is 0.35. So if you do the little maths, this is like uh, 65. That means this is 487.50 divided by 0.65, and you end up getting 750. And you're done. So that's all it is asking. If you ever get confused, then you can think of the old formula. The new is original times 1 minus p. So this is the old one, right? So if you do not remember this, so the best thing, at least you know this, and then eventually the original is goes remains here. This piece, this part goes down. It means like new divide by 1 minus p. So that's what you see here. Okay, okay, let's go to the next. So this question is about. Let me pull this. So this question is asking, let's check the flat rate and there's a progressive rate, okay? In a resident in Illinois has found that they have a taxable income, this part, and you should go in line 11, and you can see this is that line 11. So this will be 39,500. And the question is, find the result in lab 12. So you want to know what goes here, right? So because the residents pay 4.95%, which they already gave us in decimal also. All you do to figure this out, to know this, you just have to write. So it is 4.95% of your net income, which is 39.5. So which you are going to do this is 0.0495 times 39,500, and use the calculator, you get 1995.25, and you're done. So this is how you figure the answer. Let's check one more. Okay, this is very interesting. In most states, the type of income tax paid is similar to the federal tax. Basically, federal tax means a certain amount slab from here to here is some amount. Then again, so this is a progressive type, so states which do like a federal tax, where tax rate changes higher values as taxable income amount increases. This type of tax system is referred as a graduated rate or progressive income tax. Our our Arizona state income tax is calculated exactly like a federal tax. Now, here is an example of somebody having a gross income of this. So, how much is the total tax to be paid to the Arizona? Okay. Now, Arizona has a. This is how the Arizona has. So, I just want to show here. So, this is what they gave us that. Okay, the tax rate. The tax rate basically means 60,000. Now, this means anybody is earning from 0 to 27 is going to pay this amount. Okay. Now, 60,000 basically is bigger. It comes under which category? It doesn't come. So you can see this is the amount, the income when it is between this amount. So 60,000 between this. That means he has to pay the percentage, the taxes, and he has to pay 2.59%. And that's what the amount to be. So this is the amount to be taxed, amount to be taxed. Okay. Let me write that. So this is this up. That means if you take 2 point, say I'm just going to write here. If you take 2.59% of now from 0 to, this means it is a 27,272. If we work on this, of course this is 0.0259. I can multiply by calculator, do little maths there, 272, and you end up getting 706. So that's like the taxable amount here. So basically, I found the tax amount that goes here. This is like a tax. So this is a tax, state tax, and here the taxable amount is 27272. And the next one, if you see this from whatever the amount from here to here, it is also, if you subtract 272, this amount, if you subtract from this, you get the same amount, but this time you are taking a higher percentage, 3.34. So if you do that, let's see what I'm talking about, 3.34% of again the same thing, 27272. You may be wondering, why did we get the same? It's because 54544, and if you subtract 272, so if you subtract this, you get the same answer, 27. 272, because this two double if you get it's that. Anyway, what I'm saying is now you have to take this percentage. So all you do is again the same work, but 3.34. If you use the calculator, okay, uh, this would be 0.034 times 27272, and you end up getting 910.88. So this will be here, 9110. That's the tax between when the amount is between these two. The top one we already got the answer as 706.34. Now our issue is because 60,000 is between these two. So all you have to do is how much more from 54,000. So we'll have to subtract this. So from 60,000. Now let's not get this. So let me this is done. So I don't need this. Okay, I just want to take this also so that I have enough room to write down. So what you get is we want to know how much more is 60,000. So 60,000 you subtract 54,544. So when you subtract this, you get 5,456. And this amount is to be written 5,456. And now I have to tax it. But the tax rate is a little higher. The higher means 4.17. It will be 0.0417. So this has to be multiplied here. So your tax for the third slab here, this one will be so 0.0417 times this amount. If you do little maths there, you end up getting 227. So that goes here, 227. And then you add up all these three, that will be your total tax. So the total tax will be adding all the three on the calculator. You put this, and you should get 1844.74. So I hope that makes sense to you. And we'll see the next one. So find the income tax here. This is 16.2. Now this time it is 37, and you can see this goes under right here. That means if I draw the line, this is what we did in my earlier problem, and we have seen that taxable amount, and then the taxable amount, and then the tax, right? The taxable from here to here is 27272, and we did this, and we got 706.34. Now we need to know how much is this, because 37,000. How big is 37 from this to 7,272? And if you subtract, I think you get 1,000. Sorry, you get 10,628. So this amount will go 10,628. But then you have to take 3.3% of that, right? So 3.3% here means 0.034 times 10,628. If you do this little math there, you get 354.98. So that's will go 354.98. And you put this together, you get 1,061.32. I hope that helps. All this will help you for, even though I spend this lot of time. And you guys are smart. I don't have to shoot. You don't have to watch even the video. If you know, you just continue. This video is only I'm making students who needs help how it works. Okay. So it means now the homework, homework. So this is in preparation. Homework is everybody does because it gives you a lot of attempts. But my question is, when you have the quiz will be uh, every chapter. There's a quiz, so that's why you have to be ready for this. Now these are assignment number 1.2. Remember, these are practice problems. Even though I did in the beginning a lot of this, so you should be doing by yourself. And all these problems are almost the same thing. If anything is difficult, we'll see. Let's see, this one is sales tax of 8.7. How much is the sales tax on the thing? And you can see I already done this kind of problem. They give you sales tax. How much is the sales tax on the price of 95? And then the total almost the same thing.